Hey y'all, Easter is my absolute favorite holiday. Now I'm not knocking Christmas, I love that too, but just something about Easter and spring and the newness of life. I am the best version of myself during Easter and during the spring months. Typically, I go all out to decorate my house for Christmas, even though I do still love that holiday. I've often wondered, like, why do I not do the same for my absolute favorite holiday, Easter? This year, I'm gonna change that, starting with a wreath for my door. I found this really cute idea on Pinterest. It is a wreath, not in a circle, but in the shape of a carrot. I have never made one of these before, but I think the idea is precious. So I'm bringing y'all along on this journey. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at all of the supplies that I have. I have all the flowers, all the orange flowers in the world. I have floral stem tape. I've got floral wire. I've got some greenery for the carrot tops. I have all the green ribbon. And I also have this contraption that I Googled to like maybe help me on my adventure to like keep my flowers alive for a little bit longer. So it is this floral foam that is in this cage that I have been soaking in a bucket of water. The water helps keep the flowers alive. So fun fact, you can also do that for a wreath arrangement or a swag arrangement, which is what we're doing today. So some pre-soaked floral foam in a cage that I'm gonna use as a base to hopefully keep this wreath fresh a little bit longer. Let's do it. Okay, right off the bat, my first observation with this entire thing is like I thought I wanted to work from the top to the bottom, but I think I realized that I need to do the opposite. But the way that this thing works, I think it would be better if the flowers are kind of like stacked on top of each other in a downward pattern like this. So I can work from the bottom and kind of widen out and tie things together and stick it into the floral foam. I don't really want to get rid of all the greenery from these tulips, so I'm going to try to save as much as I can. But for the tip of the carrot, I think I'm going to need just the tulip part and not necessarily these stems, because obviously carrots are orange except for on the greenery top, so I need to get rid of as much green as I can. Because tulips are a softer stem, they're not going to really do well in the floral foam, so I'm gonna probably have to replace the tulips periodically throughout this wreath's life, which is totally fine with me. So I'm gonna try to use not as many of tulips, even though it would be really pretty. They're not gonna be the most long lasting, but I am trying to leave the stems as long as I can. This is like a pretty good tip to my carrot, so like that's a really good tip. There's like a significant point down here with this tulip. I'm layering it with the carnation in a rose. So what I'm gonna do is kind of tie it with floral wire right here and then try to leave it a little bit long so I can stick it up into my foam a little bit later. So since I have my tip, I need to put it down as far as I think this is gonna go, which looks about right here, which means I need to cut these long enough to be able to hold and stick into my vase. So I think it's about that long, and I want them to stick into my, not my vase, my cage about this far. So I'm gonna snip them about right here. It's important to cut flowers at an angle so they can soak up more water. Okay, so far so good. Here we are. Now I just have to work my way up the carrot and make this be really full. Good thing I have a ton of flowers because I'm gonna need all of them. The tulip stems are really fragile, so I'm having to be super careful whenever I stuff these in, but I really want to use them because they're just so pretty. Some of them are breaking as I'm sticking them in, which is totally fine. You can just pull the stem out of the foam and I'll be able to use the shorter ones a little bit further up in the bouquet, I think. Here it is. So far it's dripping a lot of water. So far it's real messy, but it looks pretty good. I mean, look at it. Like the flowers are staying in place. They're stuck in by the foam. From the front, it's looking pretty good. But the side, I think I need to fill it in. So I need to fill in and cover up my foam a good bit on the sides here, both of them, so that when people go to the side and open the door, it looks like a full-on carrot. This is so far taking me about 30 minutes to fill in all of these flowers, and it looks really pretty. So it's been kind of easy. Hopefully it'll be like semi-long lasting. We'll see. Also, this is how much green I've cut off so far. It is a ton of green that I need to get rid of so I can fill in on these sides with the leftover flowers. Okay, here we are. The whole thing has been filled. You cannot see this cage at all except for the top that I'm gonna fill in with the greenery. So look at this. This is like turning out. Basil, how do you like it? You like it? Okay, so now I have to fill in this top part with some greenery that can overhang. It is massive, but looking really cool. So now I need to figure out this top situation. So I'm gonna get this greenery here, snip what's holding it together. And then I'm gonna probably need to bring out my floral wire again and kind of arrange it. Smells kind of good. I think this might be citronella. Does anyone know what this is? Smells like citronella. Someone put it in the comments. Is this citronella? Not citronella. It is not citronella, but it smells like it. So if anyone knows what it is, would love to know. Based off the size of my carrot, the top needs to be about yay high, I think. So I'm gonna give it a little haircut. Here we are in the home stretch. The whole wreath is done except for the bow. And then like, what is a wreath without a bow? So let's take one final look at this. It's massive. I don't even know how I'm gonna pick this up. Look at that. Wow. I think I'm gonna add a green bow up at the top of the carrot. The more that I think about it, the more I'm like, do I really want a bow? Is it pretty enough without it? Maybe. I don't know. I might go no bow. Yeah, no bow. Let's see about where I can hang this thing. Like I was saying earlier, this thing has some like holes right here that I'm gonna tie some ribbon right here in a big hook. And then the hook will attach to the hook of the wreath holder, and that's what's gonna hold my wreath holder on. I think to make my hook big enough, it needs to be about, let's say like 8 inches. So about, well, that was like a foot. But I'm going to thread this through and tie it, and then this will fit on the back and it'll hang like so. That's how I'm gonna secure it. I'm gonna hook it like this, and I hang, and there's my wreath. Let's hang this on the door. Okay, it is so pretty. This is so cute, y'all. I was debating on whether or not I should put a bow, but I kind of love the simplicity of it without a bow. Like, look at these pretty flowers. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be real honest and say I was a little bit skeptical about this thing, but I love it. So pretty, so cute. A carrot. Y'all, things I would never think I'd be doing. I'm currently standing on a chair outside of my front door, but honestly worth it because this wreath is so pretty. I'm kind of glad I stuck with the simplicity of it and didn't put a bow on there. It's pretty easy to do. If you can stick some flowers in some floral foam, you can make this wreath. Like, it was really easy. It's really heavy, I will give it that, but it's beautiful. And honestly, you could really do this with some artificial flowers. You wouldn't have to soak the foam. It would last for multiple years if you wanted it to, but I really love the look of these real flowers. I don't really work with real flowers a ton for, you know, outside arrangements, so this is really fun. I had so much fun doing this. I hope at least if you were not entertained by this, you were inspired to also maybe make a DIY Easter decoration for yourself. If you do that, definitely tag me on Instagram at Ivy Odom. Put in the comments what you were inspired to do. I love reading the comments, and I try to respond to some of them when I can and when I have time. Do all the other social media things, like, subscribe, share, click the bell. Y'all know what to do. I had so much fun with y'all this week. Happy Easter. I will see y'all next time on Hey Y'all.